Hello everybody, this is NAPA Fan here, and this is race number 4 and season number 4 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here at the California Speedway, not the Auto Club Speedway. This is an older version of that track, for the NAPA Auto Parts 400. A 30-lap race around this 2-mile racetrack in Fontana, California. I like to use the older version because it isn't as crazy. They keep a little more orderly, and they don't overdo the 4 and 5 wide like the new version of Auto Club. So I like using the older track. We are at night, our first night race of the season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and it should be a good one. There's a possibility we could go caution-free, and if we do, if you remember Season 2 here, we had a lot of guys come in 2 times, but 2 guys were able to stay out and only make one stop throughout the race. Jacob Reed and Riley White in that race. And Jacob Reed stole the victory late in the going. So if this race goes caution-free, we're going to end up with a situation like that at the end, and that's always very exciting. And hopefully this time, if that does happen to happen, I don't call the wrong race winner. I did that in Season 2. I thought Jonathan Skivnicki had finally won a race on my channel, but he didn't. It was Jacob Reed, because Reed stayed out and only made one stop. But it's always an interesting race. It's kind of one of those races I never really remember, from each season, but hey, you know what? It's fine. I like it, and let's get to it. William Brock starts on the pole in the number 7. Alongside him, it's Chris Dodd. And there he is, the guy who's already won 2 races this season, Gabriel Wanderley. He won the Daytona 500 and won last time at Las Vegas. He's on a roll. I mean, the way he's going to win the Rookie of the Year, and the way he's going, he probably will even win the championship. But hey, everybody is equal, and the chances of that are kind of slim. And you never know what's going to happen. But anyways, Ryan Madden, Reagan Whitlock, Cameron Gaju, Cameron Garlington, Jordan Newman, Blaine Keys, Tyler Selzman, Tyler Myers, Jonathan Fitzwater, Eric Hayden, Matt Tuck, Trey Bartow, Alex Tanker, John Art, Annie Thomas, Herjo Larvin Alonso, Tristan Walker, Zachary Fitzwater, Marty Johnson, Tristan Elm, Alex Bongsinor, Davey Johnson, Stuart Gratton, Garrett Zenor, Cameron Black, Ferdinand Gabat, Jesse Turner, Grayson Acevedo, Wolfgang Stone, Caleb Hoffman, Max North, Dan Park, Nicholas Samadillo, Jacob Reed, Matt Dalio, Dean Wickard, Nicholas Gratton, Elijah Gordon, and Clint Buchanan. That's the full field starting here tonight at the California Speedway for the NAPA Auto Parts 400. I'll wait to get the scoreboard up there. But anyways, this is the first 2-mile track this season. One of 2. Actually, if you want to count the All-Star race, because we're going to use the newer version of Auto Club Speedway for the All-Star race, because it's always crazy there, and I figured that would be good for the All-Star race. But here in Michigan, we're going to have the NAPA Auto Parts 400 here tonight, and the NRLOA 500 in Michigan later on in the season. But those are the only 2 official 2-mile tracks we're going to be racing after the season. Texas World will not be returning to the Chick-fil-A Cup Series schedule because there was never any true passing at that racetrack. And it's good for the Truck Series, but it's not good for the Cup and Nationwide Physics. So, yeah. But anyways, this should be a good race. Pace car is pulled off, and 2 rookies on the front row, William Brock and Chris Dodd. Ryan Madden's going to take second from the 3, but it's the number 7 of William Brock who gets the lead on the start. Cameron Gaju on the inside, Wanderley falling back on the outside lane, and I still can't get over how he's already won 2 races this season, and he almost won in Atlanta. That's what really gets me. I had to go back in and check the ratings, but everybody was equal, and I'm kind of surprised at the success Wanderley has had so far. But if you remember last season, Tyler Myers had a lot of success early on in the season. But he didn't really do too well in the chase. And even though Tyler Myers did win the Rookie of the Year, it might not be too good to start off that good early on. And Wanderley, he continues to fall back on the outside lane as Ryan Madden in the number 22 is trying to get to the inside of William Brock. But Brock's going to stay out front in the number 7 for now. But Ryan Madden's going to get a run to the inside here. And Ryan Madden's going to take the lead from William Brock eventually. Brock's going to get the run on the outside and lead this lap. But Madden has the inside, and Reagan Whitlock at this racetrack will kind of get a bit of a draft, and Whitlock got it there, and he goes 3 wide to the inside for the lead, and Whitlock, the new leader in the number 18. And here comes Matt Tuck. Ryan Madden still in the middle. Madden's going to get to the inside of Reagan Whitlock, and Matt Tuck trying to get something working on that inside lane. As far as I know, still up to this point, Matt Tuck hasn't even won an NR 2003 race, let alone a race on my channel. But he's up here right now, and he might have a shot here tonight. How about this part-time driver, Jonathan Fitzwater, had a very, very disappointing dual race. He was leading Dylan Young in that race most of the time. He was going to make the Daytona 500, but he crashed late in the going and missed the Daytona 500. This is his first points race of the season, and he's already up to second place in the number 40. He's ready to race. But it's Ryan Madden out front in the number 22, and he's starting to pull away a little bit. But it's kind of hard to pull away here at the California Speedway. That doesn't usually work for most drivers. There goes Cameron Gaju in the number 32. He's going to take second from the 40. Here comes Hairgel Arvin Alonso in the number 10. In what was my last race before I left YouTube. Sorry, I'm going slow here. My sister interrupted me and opened the door or something like that. But the last Chick-fil-A race that I did before I left YouTube, which was in fact here at the California Speedway, that, I guess we'll call it season 0 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Hairgel Arvin Alonso was driving a part-time ride, and he finished second in what was the last ever race I did in 2014. So he knows how to get it done here. I don't know why I mentioned that. Sorry about that little goof up there. In fact, I wasn't talking for a while, but, when someone opens the door, most of the time they want me. But, I guess they didn't want me this time. Anyways, Madden's still out front, but here comes Eric Hyden in the number 15, looking to get to the inside of the 22. We have John Arndt in the 1 on this inside as well. And Chris Dodd in the 3, moving his way up. Chris Dodd finished on the outside pole. And he's moved his way back up to 4th place, but it's veteran driver Eric Hyden. He drove in season number 2 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, did not drive in season 3, but he's back here, and he's going to lead lap number 6. Here comes John Arndt in the number 1. Dual winner. He won dual number 1, I think. And he's up to 2nd place. Alex Bonchonor, his first race of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Part-time driver has moved his way up to 3rd. Here comes Tyler Selzman and Max Neuwirth on the inside lane. And Elijah Gordon, he started in last place, and he's already up to the top 10. That's how much passing we've had so far in this race. And we're only 7 laps in. But good race so far. We're caution-free up to this point. But you never know if the caution is going to come out here or not. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. You just never know. I do know this, if this race does happen to go caution-free the whole way through, we're going to have a very exciting finish. And who knows who's going to win at that point. That's what happens with these 400-mile races at these 2-mile tracks. It happened in Michigan, I think, in season number 2. Max Neuwirth won that race, but it was just crazy. I mean, it was all over the place. Of course, Michigan's going to be a 500-mile race for season number 3, or season number 4, I should say. And hopefully we don't have that problem again over there. That was a mess. But hey, this is the only 400-mile, 2-mile long track race. And for some reason, the fuel window is the same as it is at Las Vegas. So it's like 15 laps here at California. It's 15 laps at Las Vegas, and it's 15 laps at Atlanta. But those tracks are a half-mile shorter. I don't know why it's like that. But hey, I'll take it. It always produces an exciting finish if we do happen to go caution-free. Bonchonor up to 2nd in the number 30. And Caleb Hoffman, he seemed to find his way up front for like every single race so far this season. I know he led some of the Las Vegas race on Wednesday. I know he was leading it in Atlanta, and I'm pretty sure he led in the Daytona 500. So, Caleb Hoffman, he's looking strong this season. He's always been strong. As I mentioned in a previous race, he is the only driver to have made the chase all 3 seasons of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series up to this point. Definitely knows how to wheel that number 13. Kind of calming down a little bit up front with Eric Hyden out front. Alex Bonsignor is still second. It's Caleb Hoffman, Max Newirth, and John Arndt, the top 5. Jonathan Fitzwater in the 40. Got Tyler Selzman here as well. Trey Bartow, Wolfgang Stone, Cameron Gaju, and Cameron Black. Good to see Cameron Black up here. Finished last place at Las Vegas on Wednesday after having a piston issue. But he's back up into the top 10, I think. Barely. Pole sitter, William Brock, has fallen back to, it's about 20th place right there, I think. And Gabriel Wanderley, we were noting him early on in the race. He's fallen to the back of the pack, so it doesn't look too good for the number 21 right now, but you never know. Didn't really expect him to win Las Vegas, but he found his way up there to take the victory. I mean, we didn't really expect him to win the Daytona 500, and he ended up winning that, so you never know about that number 21. Bonsignor closing in on Eric Heiden for the lead. I think the speeds are slowing down a little bit because the tires are wearing off here in California. Hoffman has moved his way up to the back bumper of the 30, and he's going to try to get to the inside of Bonsignor for second place, and he's going to be able to do that. Max Newirth, John Arndt still here, and it's big pack for 6th. Wolfgang Stone and Cameron Black side by side for that position. They're 3 wide back in here as Tristan Allen's going to get a run to the inside of Jonathan Fitzwater and Trey Bartow. We got Blaine Keys here in the top 10. Tristan Walker. Fitzwater with a ball move to the inside of Keys and Whitlock. And he's going to get himself up to 8th place in that number 40. Heiden still out front. Hoffman trying to get around Bonsignor. Hasn't been able to do it quite yet. And we're going to see green flag pit stops here shortly. Don't think they're going to be this lap. Hey, you know what? They are going to be this lap. There goes Max Newirth. And it looks like Max Newirth is the only guy coming in. So Newirth, he's definitely going for a 2-stop race. You got Ryan Madden, Zachary Fitzwater, Davey Johnson, and here Joe Larvin Alonso from the back coming in. And we'll see if anybody stays out until lap 15. Those guys who stay out until lap 15, we're going to look at those guys being the ones who could possibly win this race and make it on one stop. But here comes Eric Heiden in the number 15. And it looks like Heiden's going to come in. So is Bonsignor, Hoffman, Arndt, Stone. Practically everybody. So it doesn't look like anybody's going to stay out until lap 15. And everybody coming in on lap 14. But here's the interesting thing. Actually, you know what? They don't cross the line halfway. We're 1 lap to halfway. So these guys, they're coming in 1 lap short of halfway. Yeah, 1 lap short of halfway for those guys. And some of them might be able to make it to the end without pitting again. But a lot of these guys, if this thing does happen to go green the whole way through, they're going to have to come in on lap 29 or 28, one of those 2 laps. But it's going to be interesting to see if any of these guys can stay out to the end. Bonsignor is going to beat Heiden and Hoffman. John Arndt's still here. Cameron Black got a good pit stop. And we're going to follow these guys. You know what? They may not end up being the leaders. Max Newirth in the 83. I think these new tires are definitely working, and Newirth in the 83 might be able to beat out Bonsignor. I do know that Newirth is right now running in 2nd place, and if he can get to the outside of Bonsignor, which he's not going to be able to do so, Newirth would have been in the lead, but it's going to be Alex Bonsignor who's going to be the leader after the first cycle of pit stops, and Bonsignor leads it at the halfway point of the NAPA Auto Parts 400. So halfway through this race, we have gone caution-free. Here comes Newirth looking to the inside of Bonsignor. Is he going to be able to get to him? No, he isn't. I'm wondering, I could be wrong about Season 2 going caution-free. I really could be. We might have ended up with a caution in that race, and they pitted, say, like lap 3 or something, and caution happened really early, but they went green the whole way through after that. That might have been what happened. But anyways, I mean, they came in very close to halfway, and some of these guys are going to be able to make it to the end, I think. Those guys that stayed on the pit road longest, I think guys like back in here, maybe like Jacob Reed, I mean, heck, he did it in Season 2. He was the one that won the NAPA Auto Parts 400 in Season 2. speaking of Napa Auto Parts, he has Napa Auto Parts on his car. How fitting would that be for Jacob Reed? But anyways, he has won this race on fuel strategy before. He made one stop in that race to get the win. And I think guys back in here that stayed in the pit road a little longer maybe, I think they may have a shot at getting this victory once this thing is over. But a fast-paced race, because we haven't had a caution yet, and it's part-time driver Alex Bonsignor out front. But it's Max Neuwirth running in second place, trying to get to the inside of him. Neuwirth, I don't think Neuwirth made the chase in Season 3, but he was the Rookie of the Year in Season number 2. He made the chase that season. He made it into the Final Four for Season number 2 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and he'd like to get back in that spot. And with a win here today, that would definitely help. Neuwirth trying to get to the inside. He might have it on Bonsignor this time. Max Neuwirth in the 83 trying to get the lead here on lap 18, but Bonsignor has to run on the outside. But Neuwirth, he's going to be able to pass him entering turn number 1. And Neuwirth with a slight advantage now. Well, it's not slight anymore. Neuwirth is going to clear the 30 and take the lead on lap 19 of 30 here in the Napa Auto Parts 400. But basically, it's Neuwirth and Bonsignor out front. Then you got Hoffman 2 seconds back. Hyden's 3.3 seconds back. And then you got Cameron Black 4.3 seconds back. So the field really spread out here at California. But as I said, this thing looks like it's going to go green the whole way through. And if it does, we're going to end up with some guys being able to make it the whole way through without pitting again. I really think we're going to have that. Either that or we're going to have somebody win the race on the pit road like we did in Chicagoland in Season 4. Season 3. Man, I can't get my numbers straight. We had too many seasons already. We're already on Season 4. I mean, I just started this less than a year ago, and we're already on the 4th season. I've done quite a few of these already. I have over 500 videos on my channel. I'm nuts. Okay? I'm just flat out nuts. You can call me that if you want to. Anyways, Hoffman's starting to close in here in the number 13. Yeah, these guys are definitely closing in, but I think by the time they get to these leaders are probably going to have to come in. I do know that Neuwirth's going to have to come in. He came in on lap 13 of 30. He's definitely not going to be able to make it to the end. But some guys who came in on lap 14 of 30 might be able to. And I do know this. Those guys that came in on lap 13 of 30, they got a really good jump on the rest of these guys. Because I know Madden, he was deep in the field, but he's right now running in 7th place. So pitting one lap early majorly helped out these guys who came in a lap early. Doesn't look like Gabriel Wonderley is going to win again. He's kind of deep in the field right now, that number 21. But hey, he's already got 2 wins this season, and he's definitely going to be a factor in the chase. And Wanderlei looking strong this season. Not really looking strong in this race, but hey, he already has 2 wins. He would have had 3 if he didn't run out of gas on the last corner at Atlanta. But it's comforting to know that the ratings are all equal. And that's what I thought when that Las Vegas race ended, because I knew Wanderlei was really close to winning that race at Atlanta. And he won that race at Las Vegas. That would have been 3 in a row for him. And that has never happened in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series where a driver has won 3 in a row. It's happened 2 in a row before, but 3 in a row has never happened. And it came really close. It didn't actually happen, but Wanderlei came close to it. And I was just making sure that the ratings were equal, and they were, and everything is okay. So that's good. Bonsignor, how about this part-time ride? Unsponsored Chevrolet, driven by Alex Bonsignor. Part-time driver, has won twice before in this in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. John Arndt, I already told you that in Las Vegas. You know who it is. But anyways, if you don't know, it was John Arndt in the NRLOA 500 season number 3, and Aidan Saunders winning in Rockingham, UK, in the God's Not Dead 401 at, I already told you where it was at, yeah, that was season 3 too. Neuwirth is trying to get to the inside of Bonsignor here. He is trying, but he just can't get to him. Bonsignor is getting a good run off the corner, and Hoffman's slowly, but I mean very slowly, closing in on these guys. And I just spit on my screen. Yeah, I'm not going to clean it up because my computer's a touchscreen computer, so if I go to the screen to wipe it off, it's going to like mess things up. So I'm not going to do that. But anyways, that Cameron Black's good. Hayden might not have gotten good tires. He might have gone with like 2 tires on that pit stop because he's fallen back, and Cameron Black has closed in. He's closed in by over a second, at least. And he's been doing a fantastic job. Neuwirth, he's trying to get to this inside of Bonsignor. He just can't get to him. I mean, Bonsignor has a strong car. This is the first race he's raced in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and he's doing a good job. But anyways, if the part-time driver were to win here, that means only 2 full-time guys would have won at this point, and only 2 chase berths would be locked. And that's Garrett Sonor, who won in Atlanta, and then Gabriel Wanderlei, who locked his chase berth at Daytona, but also won at Las Vegas. So that means at least 2 drivers on points would make it in to the chase. And that's quite a bit already for the season. I mean, we're only on race number 4 here. And we can already lock in 2 guys who would make it in to the chase on points. That's kind of how this season has gone. But hey, this race is far from over, and as I said, these guys are going to have to come in again, but somebody in the back might be able to stay out to the finish. And hopefully the caution does not come out now. I would like to finish this thing under green, and Davey Johnson, I think he just came in. And that 46 won here at California in Season 2. That team might know how to get it done. I'm not sure. To be honest with you, I didn't really review Season 2 that much, but this might have been what Jacob Reed did. Jacob Reed might have come in early, had those fresh tires, and was able to surpass everybody. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. I'm wrong a lot. But if that were the case, that 32 team might know what they're doing. Got more guys coming in here, and I think the leaders are in. So guess who stays out? It's going to be the number 48 of Nicholas Amadio, who is right now the leader. We'll see if anybody else stays out here. And if anybody else stays out, it's going to be very interesting. But I think the rest of these guys are coming in. No, Blaine Keys and the 34 are going to stay out. Oh boy, it's getting good here. 2 laps to go at California. Anybody else staying out? I can't tell. I think Blaine Keys is the only guy who is staying out on the racetrack right now. Alonso, I think he's already made his stop. Bonsignor, there's Bonsignor, and Bonsignor might end up winning this race because I don't think the 34 can stay out. But there he is. He has yet to make a pit stop. And right now it actually shows Trey Bartow leading lap number 29, or leading lap number 28, I should say. Now, I could be wrong. Bonsignor, Blaine Keys might have already made his pit stop. I can't tell. We'll see. Is this the white flag? I don't know who's out front. Oh boy, shades of Season 2 here at California. Who's the leader? Come on, tell me who the leader is. I don't think anybody's taken the white flag yet. So Blaine Keys was a lap down. Okay, here it is. I think it's Bonsignor, guys. So it's not going to be like Season 2, where somebody's able to stay out the whole way on one stop. And I think that was the white flag. Yep. Alex Bonsignor. How about this? Part-time driver in the number 30. And Neuwirth, he's way too far behind to catch up to this 30 before this thing runs out of time. Hoffman's going to get a good third-place finish. John Art's going to be in 4th, and Cameron Black's going to finish 5th. But part-time driver is going to win here. Alex Bonsignor, and the number 30 becomes only the 3rd ever part-time driver to win a Chick-fil-A Cup Series race. Alex Bonsignor wins the NAPA Auto Parts 400 at California. How about that? And Bonsignor ended up taking the lead after the first set of pit stops. Neuwirth did get to the inside of them at one time to lead a lap, I think. But Bonsignor basically led the second half of the race the whole time. And Alex Bonsignor, how about that? A part-time driver getting a win here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Alex Bonsignor, the winner of the NAPA Auto Parts 400. So that assures that 2 drivers are going to make it into the chase on points alone. And we still only have 2 chase spots locked, and that's Garrett Sonora and Gabriel Wanderley. As I said, it's been a very odd season. Already we've had a double winner and a part-time driver winning her race. And we're only on lap 4 of this, or race 4 of the season. But anyways, Alex Bonsignor, Max Newworth, Caleb Hoffman, John Arndt, Cameron Black, Davey Johnson now. He was the first guy to come in there, and he came pretty close. He was 6th there. I know Davey Johnson was, I'm pretty sure Davey Johnson was back in the field for that one. But hey, Davey Johnson, he did a good job in that 46, getting a good run. Ryan Madden, Nicholas Sambadio, Tristan Allen, and Eric Hayden, they ran out the top 10. Everybody finished, and Blaine Keys was a lap down. And I thought that he was the leader there, but I noticed my mistake before the actual finish of the race this time, and I noticed that Alex Bonsignor was the one who took the white flag. Well, actually, I noticed that nobody was taking the white flag, and the ticker wasn't changing when Blaine Keys crossed the line. So, I'm sorry to Blaine Keys. I'm sorry that you thought you might have won. Thought you were going to win, I should say. But, you know, I just messed it up again. And this was the first caution-free race of the season. And I thought it would almost cause the same situation as we had in Season 2, but I could be wrong about Season 2 going caution-free. We might have had a very early caution in that race, and, you know, those guys came in, like, say, like, lap 2, lap 3, and then they were able to make it to the end. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I messed it up, but not too much. At least I got the win right at the time it happened, unlike that race in Season 2. But anyways, congratulations to Alex Bonsignor on winning here at the California Speedway. Unfortunately, though, since he is a part-time driver, he will not be eligible for the championship. But hey, he got a win. How about that? Good job with the number 30 of Alex Bonsignor getting it done here at the California Speedway. So congratulations to Alex Bonsignor on winning the NAPA Auto Parts 400. And here are the points for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.
People say, is it the morning? Space Invaders, let's make some craters. Put up your lightsabers, get top Vader. Feel the force when my kick's on. You can feel the force when my kick's on. Family Force 5 when my kick's on. My kick's on. Go. You can feel the force when my kick's on. Family Force 5 when my kick's on. Jetpack kicks high in the sky, walking on air. I know how to fly in my jetpack kicks. My jetpack kicks. You don't want free hover in my jetpack kicks. Rockets on blast, sonic boom, so fast in my jetpack kicks, my jetpack kicks. I can see the world in my jetpack kicks. Hover, 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 hover in my jetpack kicks. Hover, hover, hover. I can see the world in my jetpack kicks.